The International Service of the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation presents The Rum Runners, a comedy series written by author Norman Creighton about the rum goings-on in Canada's maritime provinces during the bad or good old days of Prohibition, depending on how you look at it. The hero, or arch-villain of the series, again depending on your viewpoint, is Inspector John McMulloch of the Revenue Department, whose vital task is to stamp out drinking, and the smugglers who made a business and profit out of encouraging a wee dram at literally any cost. Now, here is The Case of the Singing Conch Shell with Inspector McMulloch.
John McMulloch again. I've got another yarn of the days of the rum runners for you. Oh, how do you like my outfit? A real Highland kilt, complete with sporran, and a Tory on my bonnet. When you're down in Cape Breton, there's nothing like wearing the kilt for protective coloration. And in the days of Prohibition, when I was a revenue officer back in the 20s there, chasing the rum runners, well, you needed protective coloration down in Cape Breton. For some reason, these people didn't appreciate the efforts we made to keep them safe from imported Scotch whiskey. It made our work very hard. I've prowled the beaches at Port Hood, Margaree Harbor, a good many times, watching, ever watching for the elusive and wily rum runners who roamed these waters like ghosts, waiting for a chance to land their illicit cargo of alcoholic beverages.
Mister, you got the wrong tune.
Oh, hello there.
And the wrong island.
Have you been standing behind me?
And you're working for the wrong people.
Oh, now, lassie, that's a matter of opinion.
Not in our house it isn't. Grampy says you revenue men are all nothing but big frauds. You drink like fish, and you won't let a decent, hard-working man have his little drop of whiskey before he goes to bed. And after he gets up in the morning.
And before he has his lunch?
That's only when his rheumatism gets cussed and he needs some medicine.
Well, now, first of all, tell me this. Do you generally sneak up behind people and scare the living daylights out of them?
Only when they're revenue officers.
And you always go about carrying your bagpipes?
I brought them along because...
Yes?
Because you seem like quite a lively whistler, and I thought perhaps you might teach me some new tunes.
Well, you didn't seem to care for Road to the Isles.
Oh, that's the road for you to be taking, mister, back home where you come from.
Oh, indeed.
That's what Grampy says.
Oh, that's what Grampy
You're on
said.
the wrong island. It's Prince Edward Island you should be going to. Over there, they drink themselves into a howling fit every night.
Do they now?
Grampy says it's scandalous the way they put away their liquor on the island.
Well, if that's so, why do I see these vessels lying off Cape Breton all the time?
That's easy. Because you can't catch them. They're too smart for you. And the folks on land are too smart for you, too.
Oh, is that a fact?
I know where they're going to land it tonight.
Oh, do you?
But I'm not telling you.
You won't tell me, huh?
No.
Well, that's too bad. I thought perhaps if I could manage to catch them, I might get your Grampy a flask for his rheumatism.
Only a flask?
Well, let's say a 26-ounce bottle.
Well, of course. I just might consider dropping a wee word to the wise. If you could teach me some new tunes to play on the pipes.
New tunes?
Huh?
Oh, the best tunes are the old ones. Can you play the Reel Atala?
Oh, the Reel Atala.
That's the one where you shout, hooch, hooch.
Oh, who wants to hear that?
I think any red-blooded Cape Bretoner would feel his pulse quicken when he heard someone shouting, hooch.
That's only the ones with white hair like Grampy. Not the ones I'd like to see with their pulse quickening. The young lads don't quicken at all when I'm around.
Oh, I'm sure you're mistaken.
They think my music is too old-fashioned.
Well, is that any sin?
Perhaps that's the trouble. Perhaps it doesn't sound sinful enough.
Could I try your bagpipes for a minute?
Aye, here you are.
Oh, thank you. Oh, it's been quite some time since I played even on a chanter.
Don't you know any new songs?
Oh, mostly the classics I play. Pibroch.
Oh, the Pibroch.
And let me see now. Oh, there was Hawk and Hay, Johnny Lad. Oh, that's a Strasbourg in it. And how about the Hills of Glenorchy? I wonder if I could.
Those old chestnuts.
Chestnuts, is it?
Oh, the boys won't dance to that. They want something new.
Oh, like a hornpipe?
No. Something new like, yes, sir, she's my baby.
Like what?
Yes, sir, she's my baby. It's a very sad song about a girl who had a baby. And I don't think the wee lass was married. Oh, it's very sad. The boys around here are all for singing it these days. I wish I could play it on the pipes.
Well, I think I see what you mean by new. Well, how's that one go?
What sort of mournful like goes...
Oh, yes. Well, let's see now. How was that, eh?
Oh, keep on. You're doing fine.
I'll play the rest of it if you'll keep your end of the bargain.
What bargain?
Well, there's a vessel lying out there just off the 3-mile limit.
Aye.
Here, you can see her sails flapping. She's right in line with the old wind-blown spruce up yonder on the point there. Now, she is going to land her cargo tonight, isn't she?
Sure she is.
Huh? Whereabouts?
Do you expect me to tell you?
Well, that was the bargain.
Oh, I know.
You
but
said you'd tell me if
you
I...
don't go squealing to a revenue man.
But you promised.
I should be ashamed to be caught talking to you. A man who would steal the sunlight out of an old man's eyes and prevent a little Highland glow from trickling into Cape Breton. Whoops. You're nothing but a spoiled sport.
Do you realize that ship out there's breaking the law? Hey?
Ah, so it's breaking the law. So it's dancing on Sunday.
I don't think there's any law against dancing on Sunday.
You don't come from Cape Breton, do you?
No.
You've never lived in St. Anne's or Myra Gut?
No.
Well, if you had, you'd know that dancing on the Sabbath was against the law. But in spite of the law, we still do it.
Well, you know, if you'd give me just a tiny hint as to where they're coming ashore, I could show you one of the latest dances. The one that's called the Charleston.
Oh, the Charleston.
Yeah, and I could play the music for it, too, on the pipes.
Oh, the Charleston, I've heard of it.
What do you say?
Oh, they say it's a very wicked dance.
One of the wickedest of all.
Well, maybe I could give you just a wee wink of a nudge.
Oh, you do that because that boat out there's loaded down to the gunnels with whiskey. And if she lands her cargo in Cape Breton, they'll be doing more than the Charleston.
What's going on? What's going on here? Who lowered that sail?
I did, Captain.
Mr. Manson, as first mate on this vessel, you should know better than to lower that sail.
I had my reasons, Captain.
I hope you did, Mr. Manson.
I lowered it so the crew could have a little protection from the wind while they're taking a bath.
What did you say, Mr. Manson?
While they're taking a bath. They got a bathtub in there behind the sail. They bought it down in Barbados in a junkyard.
A bathtub?
Yes, sir.
Aboard my ship? A bathtub?
Yes, sir.
I thought I smelled soapy water. What kind of madness is this? Taking baths?
I felt you might object, sir. So that's why I sort of hid the men away behind the sail there while they're splashing around in the water.
Get that sail up!
Yes, sir.
Hoist sail! George! You up at the wheel?
Aye, aye, sir.
Well, put the wheel in the becket and come here and lend a hand.
Aye, aye.
And be quick.
Aye,
There'll be no more bath taken aboard this ship. Understand? Now, all hands on the halyards. Heave! 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 Look at them. Rolling off in a tin bathtub. Painted blue on the inside. What new luxury will they think of? I'll not tolerate these enervating practices aboard my ship. Out now. Out. Out. Get back to your quarters. I'll rope in Lavalia back to the forecastle.
Pay off your sheet.
This comes close to mutiny, Mr. Manson.
Little more. Past even. That's good. That's good.
Mr. Manson?
Yes, sir?
I want to see you and George here inside the aft house.
Very good, sir. George?
You want to see me, sir?
Yeah, come inside. I have some questions to ask you about a serious breach of discipline.
Yes, sir.
You first, sir. Go ahead, George.
Thank you, sir.
What's going on outside?
Cook, coffee.
Yes, sir.
Coffee here, and look sharp.
Coming right up to you. Fresh pot, sir. Right off the
All right, then. We are rum runners, men. This is no pleasure yacht. And I'll not tolerate any sign of weakness or malingering among my crew. Now, who brought this bathtub aboard?
I did, sir.
You?
Yes, sir.
A deckhand? Dabbling in bathtubs? Perversion! I'll stamp this thing out. I'll put it down. I'll fight these forces of evil to the last cake of soap. And I'm going to give myself the pleasure of seeing you drop that bathtub overboard and watch it gurgle to the bottom of the sea.
Could I have a bath first?
No! You cannot have a bath.
Oh.
Captain, perhaps he could splash around in Cook's wash tub over there.
Only if he uses cold seawater.
Oh, gosh, I get enough of that out on deck.
Well, that's all you'll get in your bath, boy. Ice-cold seawater. It'll help make you tough. That's what I want to do, toughen you up. Because this is a rough, tough crew you're sailing with, boy. And I'm going to keep it that way. I want men who are men. We must be strong. Strong.
I sure was strong last time I went home on leave. My girlfriend wouldn't let me in the house.
There you go. It's the woman's influence every time. They're at the back of everything. I knew there must be a woman somewhere in this thing. Well, you just go out on deck and prepare to dump that bathtub overboard. I'll be out presently to give the final order.
Very well, sir. If you say so.
Coffee, Captain.
Right.
Hey, more coffee.
No sugar. Oh, and Cook. Now, look here. I don't like to have to bring this to your attention, but
Yes, sir.
I warned you once already.
Yes, sir.
I don't want any pictures of women hung around this ship. They're a bad influence on the crew. Now, kindly remove that semi-nude you have over there.
Where, sir?
The one you have there hanging up behind the stove with the long golden tresses.
You don't see any pictures of women?
The one in back of the tea kettle. Kind of long and slender she is. It's not good to have pictures like that hanging up.
The only thing here's the floor mop.
Floor mop? Floor mop? Let me see.
Long and slender, I'll admit that.
Floor mop?
Looks like them golden tresses need a shampoo.
Mr. Manson, I'll thank you to keep your remarks to yourself.
Very good, sir.
All right, you can put the floor mop back now, Cook. I'm glad to see you're keeping the galley clean.
Captain?
As your captain, I try at all times to keep my mind alert, watchful, ready for an emergency, and free from the distracting influence of women. Have you ever heard a woman's voice coming out of a conch shell?
Conch shell? Like the one we use for signaling shore?
Yes.
Have you?
Yes. I haven't mentioned this before because I didn't want to upset the crew. They might imagine there was a woman aboard, and that's bad luck.
Oh, that's terrible bad luck having a woman aboard. Where is she, Captain?
Inside that conch shell.
You mean you can hear her?
As clear as bell.
Oh, perhaps it's one of them newfangled gadgets they call, radio.
No, this is not a radio.
You can really hear her?
Oh, yes.
Oh, what's she say?
She's singing.
Singing.
Songs that no decent man should be allowed to hear.
Oh, is that so?
Yes? What is it?
Hi. I think the boats on shore are ready to come out. Will we start taking the whiskey out of the hold?
We'll have to give them the signal first. 3 blasts on the conch shell. Tell the bosun to wait till I come out on deck.
Aye, sir. Aye.
You got the conch shell, Captain?
Hey, it's in my cabin.
I'll fetch it, Captain. I'll fetch it.
You'll find it lying on my pillow.
You can really hear her singing.
Now, I've kept it to myself because I didn't think you men were strong enough to resist these evil forces that are loose in the world today. You've been ashore so seldom. You know so little of what's going on.
Here it is.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
Well, what are some of the things that are going on, Captain?
Last time I was ashore in Boston, I went to a moving picture. Now, you'd scarcely believe me, men, if I told you what I saw.
What'd you see, Captain? What'd they do?
Right there in front of you, on the screen, a woman in a costume that... Oh, I don't think I should tell you this.
What was she wearing?
I shouldn't tell you these things.
No, come on, Captain. Come on, tell it.
What was she wearing?
She was wearing flesh-colored stockings.
Flesh-colored stockings?
Yes. And not only that, she had them rolled down below the knee.
Rolled down?
Yes, rolled stockings. Right there on the screen, one of these Hollywood actresses. Her name was Clara Bow.
Oh, Clara Bow. I've heard of her. Isn't she what they call the it girl?
Yeah, she's the one.
Well, Captain, what is this thing they call it?
Well, men, it's,
What is it?
pretty hard for me to describe it. It's kind of,
What?
the way they flutter their eyelashes, and the way they walk, and the rustle of them silk dresses, and the perfumes they wear.
What do you mean?
What they do? Well, it's hard to explain, but it all adds up to it.
Must be mighty powerful stuff.
Oh, but it is.
Captain, could I have a listen to that conch shell?
No, wait. I want to make sure it's blowing all right.
Listen to her.
The men on shore will be waiting for their signal. Yeah, it seems to be working.
Well, can I have it, Captain? Can I have a listen now?
Well,
Can I have
don't
it?
know.
How do you do it? You just put it in your ear like...
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Or just put it to your ear like
Yeah,
this? Hey?
yeah, that's right,
Hey?
yeah. Well, what? What do you say?
I don't hear nothing.
You don't?
No, I sort of hear the ocean, you know. Hear the ocean swishing around, conch shell, but I don't hear no woman singing.
Here, let me have it. You can't be holding it the right way.
Well, I'm holding it.
She's there. She's inside with those terrible songs she's always singing. When you press it close to your ear. There she is.
I don't hear nothing.
Oh, can't you hear?
I don't hear nothing.
Oh, terrible. Nasty. Save us.
What?
I'll not have it.
I don't hear anything singing.
Fetch me some liquor. Quick. I'll silence this brazen hussy.
Here's a bottle of champagne.
Champagne. Of course, I'll drown her in champagne. She'll bubble to death.
What are you going to do? Hey?
Now,
Going
my
to fill the
dear.
conch shell up with champagne?
Here's to you. Yes, I'm going to fill it right up. That should be enough. Oh.
What?
She's still there.
Huh?
She's singing in the champagne.
I can't hear
Now she's in a
nothing.
champagne bath without us put on a stitch of clothing on. I'll put an end to it. I'll put an end to it. The accursed thing. Here.
You smashed it.
Yes.
You smashed the conch shell. How are we going to signal to shore now?
Oh, dear. Oh, what have I done? What have I done?
We got to get this stuff in tonight.
Turn her about. Turn her about and head for shore.
You going right in?
We'll have to.
Well, that's taking a chance.
Don't argue with me. I've given an order.
Very good, sir. Just as you say, we'll make for Marguerite
I
Harbor.
see. Cook.
Yes, sir.
Here.
What?
Is the conch shell quite broken?
Just a minute.
Huh? Take a look.
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
She's all smashed up.
Oh.
You couldn't make no sound on that now. I just sweep the pieces up, throw it overboard.
Too bad. In a way, she had a rather nice singing voice.
Don't want the pieces. I just throw them out through the porthole here.
Very well.
Hey, Captain, come here. Look.
What?
Look. Hey, look. Here. Oh,
What?
look at it.
What is it?
On the beach, see?
What?
Them two girls, I believe they got their stockings rolled down, just like he was telling about that Hollywood actress you seen him bust.
What? Stockings rolled down?
Yeah, they
Looks like they're dancing or something?
Yeah, that's it.
Hand me my spyglass. Oh,
What do you
my.
What do you see? Hey?
They do have their stockings rolled down.
Why, they do walking down the beach now, eh?
Just imagine, on the beach at Marguerite Harbor. See, they're getting into a boat.
Yeah, so they are.
It's a motor launch.
That's supposed to be some of the shore crowd maybe coming out for a
Yeah,
load,
I
eh?
wonder.
Eh?
Perhaps it's...
Perhaps it is, yeah.
It seems... it seems they're bringing these two young ladies out with them. Well... now, Cook, we mustn't be caught unprepared.
No.
Is everything shipshape?
Everything,
Hmm?
yeah.
Cabin swept up neat and tidy?
Swabbed her up this morning.
Now,
What?
Cook, come here.
What?
Do I need a shave? Busy.
Oh, I won't shave eyes, you Captain.
No?
Them
Why not?
whiskers kind of become you.
yeah?
Make you look right manly-like.
Yes, well, perhaps they do. Now, Cook, do you have some hot water there in the stove?
Oh, yeah, I got this big wash boiler on the steam.
That's good, that's good.
Yeah.
Now, tell the men outside to bring that bathtub in here.
Taking a bath?
Don't just stand there. I've issued an order.
Yes, sir, right.
Right.
George! Alonzo! Bring your bathtub in here, the after house. Captain's orders.
Yes, now, what else? Oh, yeah, I'll need a new pair of socks. I've been wearing these for the past month and a
Want
half.
to get some freshmen ready, Captain?
Yes. Put some of those lobsters on the boil. The ones we post up around Chitty Camp.
Oh, yeah, they'd be good. I boil them in seawater.
We'll have a lobster supper for them. Oh, here's the bathtub. Up in here, men. All right. Can you get it in through the door?
She'll make it. Lift your end up first. No, don't force anything.
Careful now. Just put it over here alongside the stove.
Easy now. See?
Very good. Now, men, if you will clear the cabin, I will proceed to take a bath.
Okay, boys, outside.
Want me empty this
Everyone outside.
hot water in now, Captain?
Yes, right away. I'd like a little time to lie off the soap.
Here she comes. Back off. Don't want to splash your face.
A tub full of steaming hot water. Wait till I get these clothes off. Hey, Cook, have you got any soap?
There's that yellow bar laundry soap.
Oh, yes, perhaps a trifle on the luxurious side. But then this is an occasion.
Here, I'll get it for you.
Thank you. A hot steaming bath. Feels good. Such a long time since I've been in a bath. I don't want to overindulge in this sort of thing. I might get addicted to it.
Captain!
Now, what is it?
Can I come in?
Is it absolutely necessary?
I think it is, sir. I'm afraid we got trouble.
What is it now? Hurry up.
There's a strange motor launch coming off from shore.
Oh, yeah, I know. I saw it.
Well, she's overtaking us awful fast. Matter of fact, she's just about alongside us right now.
Well, they're here already, are they?
I don't think I'd be smiling if I was you, Captain. There's dynamite aboard that launch.
Oh, don't be alarmed, Mr. Manson. I'm quite capable of handling this sort of thing. After all, I have been ashore at Boston several times. I'm accustomed to meeting the ladies. That's why I'm taking a bath.
Well, this time you're getting us all into hot water.
I beg your pardon? What's that? What's that? I gave no order to sound the foghorn.
Well, that's no foghorn. It's the bagpipes.
Bagpipes? Oh. Oh. It's the girl we saw dancing on the beach.
Are you quite sure it's the girl?
Well, I think it is.
No, it isn't. It's the revenue man. He dressed himself up in kilts.
Good gracious, so it is. It's McMullough.
Yes, and this time, Captain, we've got you inside the 3-mile limit with a cargo of whiskey.
Oh, now that ain't fair.
And a pot full of lobsters you caught out of season. That's getting pretty low. Captain, you are under arrest.
Have mercy, Inspector.
No, sir.
Have mercy.
No.
I was just on the point of having a nice hot bath.
Don't worry about your bath. With the fines that you'll have to pay, you're all washed up.
Oh, darn it all. I didn't even get to do the Charleston.
That was the case of the singing conch shell, another episode in the series The Rum Runners, written by Norman Creighton. Inspector McMullough was played by Bill Fulton, Charlie by Joseph Rutten, Lonzo, the mate, by Edwin Rubin, George, the deckhand, by Bruce Armstrong, Lassie and the girl in the shell by Flora Montgomery, and the piper was J.R. Grieve. The musical score was arranged and conducted by David Woods. The Rum Runners comedy series was directed for the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation by Peter Donkin and produced by Alan Yates of the CBC International Service in Montreal. The International Service of the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation presents The Rum Runners, a comedy series written by author Norman Creighton about the rum goings-on in Canada's maritime provinces during the bad or good old days of Prohibition, depending on how you look at it. The hero, or arch-villain of the series, again, depending on your viewpoint, is Inspector John McMullough of the Revenue Department, whose vital task is to stamp out drinking, and the smugglers who made a business and profit out of encouraging a wee dram at literally any cost. Now, here is the case of the roving milkman with Inspector McMullough.
Pretty snappy cars on the roads these days. Plenty of them, too. Oh, you see them everywhere. Even in a small town like Annapolis Royal in Nova Scotia. The oldest town in Canada. Whenever I come to Annapolis, I still can't get used to all these cars. I sit out here on the veranda of my favorite hotel, lean back in the rocker, prop my feet up against the veranda rail, and watch the cars go by. And think back to the days of Prohibition, 45 years ago, when I was a liquor inspector and traveled about from one maritime town to another. And the cars then, well, they sounded a little more like this.
Heavy traffic today.
Yes. Counted 6 strange cars going through town this morning.
6?
Yes. Along with 3 dump carts, a market wagon, and 2 teams of oxen. Man can scarcely cross the street these days.
Times are getting pretty fast.
Oh, it's frightful. I don't know where it'll all end. And there, I'm through with the morning paper. Would you hand it to the judge, please? Oh, he's asleep, isn't he? Well, put it on the rocker beside him. The town council talks of raising the speed limit from 10 miles an hour to 15. How can a man concentrate on his work with this kind of distraction? Cars rushing through town. I do a bit of writing, you know. And it makes it jolly hard with all this noise going on.
Ah, there you are, Inspector.
Oh.
Well, you're staying for dinner?
Good morning, Miss Bradshaw.
Don't get up, don't get
No,
up.
please. You take the rocker.
Oh, now, how am I going to run a hotel if I spend my time sitting out here with the guests? Oh, have you 2 met? This is Colonel Pepper, my star boarder.
It's a pleasure, sir. The name is McMullough. John McMullough.
How do you do?
Mr. McMullough is one of these liquor inspectors.
Oh?
Yes.
Hasn't found anything here, I hope.
Oh, no. Don't you listen to him.
Never know with these women. I'm still hopeful she has something hidden in the cruet stand. But so far, I've always drawn a blank.
Colonel.
Well, I'll have to keep an eye on you, Miss Bradshaw. That's all there is to it.
Oh, now you're teasing, Mr. McMullough. Do sit down. Do sit down.
Oh, you make it far too comfortable at this hotel of
Very
yours.
true, very true.
If I'm to track down these rum runners, I must get on down the jetty, have a look around. You will excuse me.
You won't be staying for dinner?
Oh, I rather think not.
Oh.
Not today.
Come tomorrow. She's making clam chowder. Superb.
Oh, well.
I'll remember that. Well, goodbye, Miss Bradshaw. Glad to meet you, Colonel.
Anytime, old boy. The veranda rocker is always here.
Bye for now.
Goodbye, Inspector.
Here, take this chair, Miss Bradshaw.
Well, thank you, Colonel.
Yes. There's a pillow.
Thank you.
Good. Not a bad sort of chap.
Oh, very affable, I thought.
Oh, blast. Here comes another one of these beastly cars.
Oh, I rather like to see them go by.
Those things?
Well, there's something very thrilling about them somehow. It's sort of, I don't know, it livens things up a bit.
Dust makers, that's all they are.
Oh, I suppose, but wouldn't it be wonderful if you owned one, Colonel? So we could take a drive out into the country on those delightful little secluded back roads.
Oh, yeah, I suppose it would be all right.
Just the 2 of us, alone.
Yes, it has its possibilities.
Yes?
Yes, I might do some researching for this book I'm working on.
Oh.
Yes, that's an idea. You know, the longer I live in Annapolis, the more engrossing the place becomes. I have hopes that this history of mine may become a bestseller.
Reginald, you've been working on that history for such a long time.
Yes,
Isn't
indeed.
it ever going to be finished?
Oh, yeah,
So you
I-
can pay attention to something else?
Really, it's a pretty formidable subject, Miss Bradshaw. A history of a town like this.
Oh, Miss Bradshaw. Reggie, dear, after 10 years of sitting out here on the veranda, no one's going to mind if you call me Natalie.
Well, I mean, it's like this, old girl. I find Annapolis utterly fascinating. It's a marvelous old town. Oldest permanent white settlement in North America.
I know.
Yes, I think I'm correct there. Wait till I ask the judge. He's something of an authority on this. Judge. I say, Judge, wake up.
Yes. Oh, court's in session. All stand, please. All stand.
Judge, tell me,
Hey.
is Annapolis Royal the oldest town in North America?
North of Florida, sir. North of Florida.
Yes.
North of Florida. North of Florida, yes.
Yes. Is this north of Florida?
Sometimes I wish it was south of Florida, so things would warm up a little around here.
Oh, not another car. Where in heaven's name are they all going?
They're going to the Berwick camp.
The Berwick camp meeting.
told you, Reggie, dear. Oh, you don't listen to me.
Oh, no, it isn't, but I do.
It's the one annual opportunity to get away from this town under irreproachable sponsorship and be together for several days under heavenly conditions.
Oh, yes. Quite sure.
Reggie, if you'd only get your nose out of these musty old facts about Annapolis, about its having built the first house in Canada.
The first bricks, my dear. Oh, wait till I ask the judge.
Oh, don't bother.
Judge!
Oh, please, don't bother.
Judge, wake up.
Hey, yes. Oh, take the stand, please.
I say,
Take the stand.
Was Annapolis
Hey.
the first place in Canada to make bricks?
First bricks, yes. First bricks. First social club.
That's all I want to know.
First power grist mill.
That's all right, Judge.
First
Please.
cereal crops. First drama written and staged. And first police woman. First special lunch. First...
Yes, first bricks.
How interesting.
But you were telling me something about this Berwick camp meeting.
Oh, never mind.
Is something wrong? I say, is there something I've done?
No, you haven't done anything, Reginald. Not a thing.
Oh?
But then around here, it's too much to expect that anything exciting could ever happen.
Well, the paper came, you know.
Yes, I know.
Oh, more traffic. Is this the milk wagon? It's not the usual rig. The dappled gray.
Go back.
It's not the regular milkman either. It doesn't look like a milkman.
Good morning. And a very good morning to you, my friend.
Good morning.
Miss Bradshaw, I believe?
Yes?
They tell me that in your hostelry you have a sample room where commercial travelers may display their wares.
Well, we have a sample room,
Oh, good.
but we don't use it anymore.
Oh.
Sample rooms have gone out, you know. They're not the thing now that commercial travelers can get about in motor cars. So we've done away with the sample room.
Oh, that's too bad.
It's still there, but we don't rent it out anymore.
Oh, I just want it for the afternoon.
No. It's such a bother, all those people trampling through the house in their muddy boots. There always seem to be men, the people who come.
Oh, that's very understandable. Men would find your hotel most attractive, Miss Bradshaw, with such a charming hostess.
Well, it's old-fashioned, you know. Hotels just don't have sample rooms nowadays.
Oh, well, I see you're keeping up with the times.
Oh?
Yeah, that swinging chair you have over there by the grape arbor.
Oh, yes, the swinging chair.
Looks very cozy. Might I be permitted to try it for a moment?
Go right ahead, please. Yes, help yourself.
Thank you. Looks very tempting. I've never tried one before.
Well, just make yourself at home.
What's he want a sample room for?
I don't know. Samples he wants to display, I suppose.
Samples of milk?
You can sit at either end. Just up on the That's
Well,
right.
Don't encourage him. He'll only want to stay for dinner.
Well, why shouldn't he?
Can't you see what sort of fellow he is?
He seems very well-mannered.
Mannered. He's only trying to get around you, that's all.
Colonel, I'll decide whether his manners are good or not without your assistance.
But naturally, you can tell by the way he's dressed.
I think his clothes show very good taste.
Oh, good taste.
It's nice to see a man with a straw boating hat instead of these awful hats you men go about in around Annapolis.
Now, just a minute.
Just that you're not keeping up with the times, that's all. The well-dressed man is wearing +4s these days.
With spats.
Well, what's wrong with spats?
In the summertime?
Well, it's a trifle warm for them, yes, but they look so elegant, especially with that white piping around the V of his vest. Just like W.L. Mackenzie King. Oh, I think he's very elegant.
Can't you see? The fellow's a bounder. It's written all over him.
No, you don't work it that way. Oh, just a minute.
Natalie, you're not going over there to sit on that swinging chair with him.
And I suppose I do.
But why can't you sit here and read the paper with me?
Because, Reggie, I'm tired of sitting here and reading the paper with you. onto it.
Never was on one of these.
It operates so much better with 2 passengers.
Oh, two's always better than one, ma'am.
I suppose so.
It's a real pleasure to be sitting here, facing such youth and beauty.
Oh, now, Mr. What did you say your name was?
Charlie. Just call me Charlie.
Well, Mr. Charlie, I'm afraid you're somewhat given to flattery.
No. Plain spoken, ma'am, plain spoken. Just say what pops into my head.
I really should get into the house to see about dinner.
I could sit here all day, swinging in this chair, facing such a charming creature. But if I move over onto your side, there might still be room for both of us, if you can stand it to be a hair crowded.
Well, Mr. Charlie.
That better?
I hope they can't see us from the house.
I suppose they do.
Oh, my, it is crowded.
That's a right handsome perfume you're wearing, ma'am.
Thank you. It's the essence of heliotrope.
Oh, you know, a traveling man like me, roaming through the country, gets desperate lonesome betimes.
You travel a lot?
On the go constantly, ma'am. Sometimes at sea, other times on land. Always moving on, searching. And right now, I feel I've come mighty close to what I'm searching for.
You do?
Yes.
Well, just what is it you do? For living, I mean.
Oh, now, don't let's talk about money. It's so unimportant.
You think so?
As long as one is happy in helping others, in giving of yourself, I feel that's all that matters.
Oh, what a lovely thought.
Life's too short to spend it making money.
But exactly how do you go about helping others?
Oh, I do it with milk.
With milk?
The perfect beverage. My dear old mother always told me that nothing was better than the milk of human kindness.
Yes.
So I go about the country in my milk wagon, bringing milk to those whose lips have never touched it before.
Oh, how beautiful.
You'll understand now. I would like the use of your sample room.
Oh, Mr. Charlie, well, of course. You're welcome to use it without charge.
Oh, that's mighty big of you, ma'am.
It's the least I can do.
I'll always remember Annapolis as one of the better towns.
And after you leave here, you'll just keep on traveling?
Yes. I'll continue on up the valley to the Berwick camp meeting.
Berwick camp meeting?
Yes, to see the good folks up there.
I haven't been to camp meeting in years.
Would you care to accompany me?
But I scarcely know you.
Oh, no, don't say that.
Oh, such a sylvan spot among those groves of pine with the choir singing.
A place designed by nature for thoughts of brotherly love.
Oh, Mr. Charlie. Oh, what am I saying to you? There, now, I must get dinner ready. Do you like homemade ice cream?
Anything made by your two fair hands, ma'am, would set my jaws to chomping.
Vanilla?
Oh, it's my favorite flavor.
Vanilla ice cream, then. And you go right ahead and use the sample room. Judge, wake up.
Hey, yes. Objection sustained, sir. Objection sustained.
You promised me you'd turn this ice cream freezer.
Oh, the ice cream, yes.
Oh,
yes,
if you go to sleep again, I won't let you have any.
I'll tend it, Miss Bradshaw. I've got to get at that right away. But I think it needs some more cream. Oh, you need lots of cream for ice cream, you know. Now, suppose I get a quart of cream from this fella out here in the milk wagon, and pour it in with the rest, huh?
Well,
Yes.
if you...
Well, now, don't worry about the expense. I'll pay for it.
Oh.
I'll pay for it. 40 cents a quart, I think it is.
Well, thank you, Judge. That's very good of you.
Natalie,
Yes?
whereabouts have you been? I've been hunting all over the place trying to find out what in all earth is... Why, you've got on your Sunday afternoon frock.
And what if it is?
What's going on?
Don't you have a starched collar you could wear for dinner, Colonel? And something better than that old Norfolk jacket.
Oh, you're not getting me dressed up.
And another necktie.
This, my dear, happens to be my school tie. And I have no intention of changing it. Certainly not for this oaf who's staying for dinner.
Oh, don't talk so loud. There are people going into the hotel.
I'm glad you noticed. They've been clumping through the house ever since he started moving his bottles of milk into the sample room. Now, what's going on?
It would take too long to explain, and I don't think you'd appreciate it anyway.
I certainly do not.
Quart of cream. Quart of cream.
Oh, thank you,
Yes,
Judge.
quart of cream.
You're not making ice cream for him.
I'll just pour this in. Yes, here. Yes. Yeah. Quart of cream.
That's fine, Judge.
Hey, yes.
Now you can put the cover back on
Oh, yeah.
and the handle.
Natalie, what's got into you?
I like the way your mustache twitches when you get excited.
I demand an answer.
You don't need to scream.
There we are.
The
There we are.
handle goes like this.
Oh, yes.
You only make ice cream for special occasions.
There. Well, Reginald, I've always looked on the Berwick camp meetings as a very special occasion, particularly when I've been invited to attend it.
You're not going to the Berwick camp meeting with him?
Now, Judge, you can start turning the freezer, please.
Oh, yes. Well, Miss Bradshaw, if you don't mind, I think I'll go inside for a minute. Visit the sample room.
Oh,
eh?
well, very well. Thank you, Judge.
Yes.
Now, listen here. Why are all these men trooping into the sample room? What's so interesting in
Oh,
there?
you wouldn't understand.
I'll tell you one thing. I know a first-class bounder when I see one.
I am not going to discuss it anymore. Now, I want you to sit down and turn the ice cream freezer.
Turn the ice cream
We
freezer?
are having ice cream for dinner.
Oh, now, come on. You don't expect
I
me
have
to...
other things to do. I'm making a chocolate sauce to go with it.
Now, wait a minute.
You'll have to turn quite fast.
Why should I have
Reginald, I have asked you to turn the ice cream freezer. Now, would you mind, please?
to? But this fellow can't come in here and... Oh, this is outrageous.
Here, you turn it like this.
I know how it's done.
Well, then start turning.
But, damn it. Why should I do it?
Because you haven't anything else to do, dear.
Oh, this isn't fair.
Go on. Now start turning.
Natalie.
Just keep on.
Come back here.
Keep on turning now. Now, don't stop.
Oh, blast.
When I heard the sample room was for headquarters, I said I'm going to get right over there.
Gentlemen.
I'm gonna buy a bunch as much
2
as
more
I can
quarts,
possibly
Charlie.
get.
To Jamaica, coming up.
Save one for me. Save one for me.
All right, don't rush me now. You'll get it. Nothing like the straight old Jamaica.
I'm gonna go get it now.
Yeah.
Can't beat it. Can't beat it.
There we are. Another quart for you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey,
And another quart for you.
there's your money. There's your money.
Yeah, all right.
I like this milk bottle.
Yes.
Oh,
Hey, somebody at the door. Somebody at the door.
What?
Yes? Who is it?
It's me, Mr. Charlie.
Oh, it's Natalie.
It's Miss Bradshaw.
Yeah.
Watch it, boys.
Yeah.
Yes?
Do you mind if I come in?
Perhaps I'd better go out in the hall with you.
Oh, that's all right. I just wanted to tell you dinner will be ready in about 5 minutes.
Dinner will be ready.
Yes.
Yes, that's fine, Miss Bradshaw. Allow me to escort you to the door.
Thank you. Why, Judge, I didn't know you were such a milk drinker.
Hey, yes, I've been fond of it since childhood, Miss Bradshaw. Never refused a drink of milk. Never refused a drink
Isn't
of
that
milk.
nice? Well, to see all you men enjoying a healthful, nourishing drink like milk.
Yes. Now, we'll proceed out into the hall.
Not so fast, my friend. Not so fast.
You?
Yes.
Well, Inspector.
It is I.
I didn't know you were coming to dinner.
I didn't either, Miss Bradshaw. Until that milk cart passed me. And our friend Charlie here holding the reins.
Excuse me.
Just a minute, Judge.
What?
No one's leaving the room.
Well, Inspector, I just happened to see the door open, and then
You just happened to purchase that bottle of milk.
What?
Now, look here, Inspector. There's no law against selling milk.
Is that so?
Wait, Judge, there's no law to stop people from buying milk, is there?
No, very true, very true.
You see?
No
You see?
law to
The
stop
judge
people.
says it's all right to sell milk.
In that case, would you mind filling this glass? For Miss Bradshaw.
Oh,
no,
but I don't want any, Inspector.
no.
I don't see why you're making such a fuss over
Judge,
this.
would you mind filling this glass, please?
Fill the glass.
Yes.
Fill the glass. Well,
Just tip the bottle. Little more. Bend the elbow like this.
Don't spill it. No, don't spill it. Don't spill it.
There.
But this isn't milk.
No.
What?
But I don't understand.
What?
The bottle looks as if it had milk in it.
Exactly. But you see, our friend here has painted the milk bottle white on the outside
Painted the bottle.
to
white.
camouflage the fact that it contains uncut Jamaica rum.
Oh, you mean he's selling rum?
Look at that wad he's stuffing away in his shirt pocket.
Rum in my hotel.
Oh, no, ma'am. Don't listen to him. He's just
you
telling you a tale.
Making out you're such a philanthropist, bringing happiness to people.
Well, sometimes milk isn't enough, ma'am. I have to humor
Why,
them.
you're nothing but one of these rum runners.
I'm afraid he is.
Well, let's get on with it. Where can I find a lawyer in this town?
Where you're going, Charlie, there's no need for a lawyer.
Where are you taking me?
To Berwick.
Berwick.
We'll all go together in that milk cart of yours, only this time the bottles will be filled with the real McCoy, pure 100% Guernsey milk, which you will serve to the good people at the Berwick camp meeting.
What's this?
Along with crackers. The whole thing on the house.
Me? Serving milk?
Yes.
Oh, Inspector, now have
And
a heart.
you will take the first pint.
You mean I gotta drink it?
Every last drop.
Oh, no.
Yes, you'll drink it.
No, please, Inspector. I'll sing in the choir. I'll do anything. I'll give up my religion.
You're
but not
going to
not
drink
milk.
the milk,
No,
Charlie.
No. Natalie, the ice cream is made, and it's simply marvelous. Where shall I put the freezer? Oh, yeah, on the table here.
Reginald, I'm not interested in the ice cream anymore.
Oh, well, I am. Here, I brought along some spoons.
No, thanks.
Oh, but you've got to taste it. It's absolutely smashing.
No, thanks.
I don't say that because I turned the freezer, but what a flavor. If I didn't know it was supposed to be vanilla, I'd almost say it tasted like rum.
Rum? Oh, you don't say so. Rum!
Here, Judge. Here's a spoon. Dip in.
Oh,
dip
yeah,
in.
yeah, dip in, yes.
You've never tasted
Oh.
ice cream like this before.
Oh, you're right. You're absolutely right, Colonel.
Jamaica rum.
Another first for Naples, sir. Another first for Naples. Ice cream that tastes like Jamaica rum.
I almost went to Berwick camp meeting.
Oh, I'm glad you came to your senses. Here, taste it.
Not for me, thanks.
But because you're going to the camp meeting with me, you know.
With you?
Yes. And while we're there, I have a certain question to ask you.
A question?
You don't think I'd let an ice cream maker like you get out of my life, do you?
Reggie, you finally did it.
By Jove, what a flavor.
Oh, darling. Hand me a spoon.
That was The Case of the Roving Milkman, another episode in the series The Rum Runners, written by Norman Creighton. Inspector McMulloch was played by Bill Fulton, Captain Charlie and the Colonel were played by Joseph Rutten, Natalie by Miriam Bell, and the judge by Bruce Armstrong. The musical score was arranged and conducted by David Woods. The Rum Runners comedy series was directed for the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation by Peter Duncan and produced by Alan Yates of the CBC International Service in Montreal. Service of the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation presents The Rum Runners, a comedy series written by author Norman Creighton about the rum goings-on in Canada's maritime provinces during the bad or good old days of Prohibition, depending on how you look at it. The hero, or arch-villain of the series, again, depending on your viewpoint, is Inspector John McMulloch of the Revenue Department, whose vital task is to stamp out drinking, and the smugglers who made a business and profit out of encouraging a wee dram at literally any cost. Here is the case of the 12 o'clock gun with Inspector McMulloch.
I'm John McMulloch. I'm here to tell you more about the swashbuckling days of rum running. I served with the Department of National Revenue as an inspector on the Atlantic Seaboard of Canada. The sinister figures of the underworld, the big city racketeers, were seen swaggering the streets of Halifax. A British town, this, for 150 years, both dockyard and garrison to the Imperial forces. That was not a salvo from a man of war. That was the 12 o'clock gun. It goes off at precisely 12 noon every day, a legacy from the Imperial occupation. This wonderful old gun stands proudly on top of Citadel Hill, an old Imperial fortress that rises 200 feet above the city. You can see the 12 o'clock gun standing up there on the ramparts, and every day at noontime there's a little warlike puff of smoke and a boom that rattles the china teacups, and everyone in Halifax knows that things are going along quite peacefully. All right, that's quite enough now, or they'll imagine the city's under attack. And nothing could have been further from anyone's mind on this particular day I'm thinking of back in 1925. Certainly not at the garrison grounds, where a cricket match was in progress.
Well played, sir. Well played. Jolly good. Yes. I say, your chaps are really putting up scraps, Digby.
No, I think it's simply a marvelous idea, this cricket match. I'm so happy I came. Yes, now, would you have some more cucumber sandwiches?
Yes.
Oh, it all reminds me so much of old times.
Oh, yes, dear.
Before the Imperial forces withdrew from the city.
Yes, that was back in 1906, wasn't it?
Oh, now, General, you're divulging my age.
Oh, I say, Digby, all right.
Yes. Oh, they know everything about us. You keep on reminiscing like this.
I can't help it, Penelope, really. We had such enchanting times back in those days.
Didn't we?
All the girls did, and who wouldn't, with officers off the warships ready to dance attendance. You know, General, I even had one or two beaux myself.
Oh, I'm sure you did, Mr. Dale. I'm quite sure you did.
Oh, it was such a wonderful time to be young. You felt the world would never change. The red coats were up there, standing guard at the entrance to the Citadel. And there were cricket matches here on the garrison grounds, and sham fights up on the North Common.
Yes,
It felt so terribly safe.
Yes, we must put on one of those sham fights again. Better fun, you know.
There's 12 o'clock gun. Yes, now, let me see. Where's my watch? Ah, yes. Oh, time as usual. Oh, General, you're such a comfort. As long as I know you're up there in the Citadel guarding that 12 o'clock gun, I feel that we're all safe and sound.
Miss O'Dell, you're really too kind.
Well, now, General, will you excuse me? I see that Jeffries is waiting with the carriage. I must go now.
Oh, must you leave so early?
Millicent, we're having lunch, you know, at the Admiralty House. I know, dear, but I really must go. It's Jennifer again. Oh, no. I don't like leaving her alone. General, I don't know if you've met Miss O'Dale's niece. Oh, yes, she's been with her since she was only a child. A lovely girl. Oh, but Penelope, she's getting so frightfully sophisticated. She's not carrying one of those flasks. Something even more deplorable, Penelope. She's rolling her stocking. Rolling her stocking. Oh, Millicent.
I think it looks damn attractive, little young girl.
You'll do the most outrageous thing. Not only that, but she's taken the money her Uncle George gave her for her 19th birthday and bought herself one of these excruciating pianos that play by themselves.
A pianola?
Yes, that's the name.
Oh, it's either rather fun.
But the music it plays. One piece, mind you, is called The Maple Leaf Rag. Oh, dear sake. Nothing is sacred anymore, it seems. Not even the maple leaf. Quite too horrible. But here, I must go. Please give my apologies to the dear Admiral. Where is he? Oh, he's trying out that overhand bowl of his. Well, now, I must go now. It's been so pleasant, so terribly civilized. Goodbye, General. Goodbye, my dear.
Goodbye, my dear lady.
Goodbye. Be careful now. Watch out for the ball. What a sweet old thing she is.
There were others that day who had heard the 12 o'clock gun, and some who almost didn't hear it because they were sleeping so soundly in the city's most select hotel in a luxury suite on the top floor.
Who's there? Who is it? Charlie, it's them.
What's wrong, Legs? What's the matter?
It's them. Bar the door. Bar the door.
Now, take it easy.
It's the 5 Points gang.
Calm down, calm
They're
down.
coming in the window.
Legs, it's all right.
Where's my gat?
Simmer down, for God's
It's
sake,
Jip
man.
the Blood.
No, it ain't.
It's Babyface Nelson.
Legs.
I'll shoot it out with them.
Let go of that rod.
I'll shoot it out with them.
Here, let go of that gun. Now, drop it. Drop that gun. Come on. That's it.
Who is it? Is it Lefty Louie?
No. It's nothing to worry about.
But Charlie, I heard them. They were shooting.
No, they weren't. That was only the 12 o'clock gun.
12 o'clock gun? Who's he with? Capone? Huh?
He's not with anybody. It's a gun they have here in Halifax, up on Citadel Hill.
Oh.
It gives people the time, that's all. She goes off every day at noontime. 12 o'clock.
Oh, sounded like that 20-gauge sawed-off shotgun of Jip the Blood.
Jip the Blood don't own anything as big as this shooting iron. He's a real old-timer. Big old cannon. Why, she could throw a shell out of the head of the harbor.
She could?
Sure.
What size shell she take, huh?
Cannon size, I reckon, whatever that is.
Big enough to sink a ship, right?
Well, I suppose it would.
You know something, Charlie? We've just hit on the answer to this new revenue cutter.
How's this?
Well, this government boat that's been bothering you. Now, suppose she can clock up to 25 knots an hour.
Yeah.
Now, all you have to do is let her overtake you, pull up alongside of you, and boom! That takes care of her.
Legs, I don't get you.
Oh, boy, you ain't clicking topside. No wonder you never made the big time. Oh, you're all right on those little 2-bit rum boats, but don't ever step ashore at New York. You wouldn't make it to Times Square.
Now, wait just a minute.
Here's a real snitsy idea, and you don't tumble to it.
Well, I understand what you're saying, but the 12 o'clock gun isn't for sale.
I don't buy things that aren't for sale.
Well, there. That's what I mean.
I take 'em.
You take them.
Yeah.
But Legs, they got guards up there on the Citadel. Armed guards.
That's so?
And a great big moat with a drawbridge.
So?
Hey, Legs, you're not thinking of... You wouldn't undertake to go up to the Citadel and... No, you just couldn't do that.
Couldn't I?
Well, I mean, we could march right up there.
Couldn't we, Charlie?
Well, sure. If you say so, Legs.
I'm saying so, Charlie. Now hand me my gun.
Is this clock on time? Yes, that's keeping very good time this week. I must remember to wind it tonight. Now, what's next? Oh, yes, the mantel clock in the living room. Oh, and the hearth needs to be swept up. Oh, Becky, you needn't have done the hearth. You could have left that. I'd rather enjoy sweeping up the hearth. Oh, you're polishing the brass fender. Well, that's all right, but you needn't do the candlesticks and the other things. Now, please run out and ask the stable boy to sweep up the driveway.
Yes, Mrs. Dale.
It looks a little untidy out front, and tomorrow's my day to receive, isn't it? Yes. And, Becky, ask the cook to make some of her puff pastries. They always seem to go well.
Yes, Mrs. Dale.
Oh, dear, not again. Jennifer, is that you? Uh-huh. Must we listen to that awful music? It's time for my nap. Oh, please turn it off.
Just a minute, Auntie. I want to hear this part. There's a real hot break right here. Oh, gee, I wish I could play like that.
Now, that's enough. Turn it off. Okay. Oh, what a relief.
Auntie, the trouble with you is you just don't understand modern music.
Can't that machine of yours play something pleasant like, well, gloaming?
Oh, I've got a new one here. It's simply terrific. It goes like this. Oh, gee. Oh, gosh. Oh, golly. I'm in love. It's
Please, dear. I don't think I'd like to hear that one. Jennifer, do you have to cross your legs?
This one's a real
Bad enough having your stockings rolled down, but when you cross your legs, it looks too common for words.
Aunt Millicent, gee, but you're old-fashioned.
Perhaps it's just as well as some of us are.
Auntie, you don't know what's going on in the world. You know that?
Why should I? I have enough to do without bothering my head about the world. Which reminds me, I'm receiving tomorrow, and I expect you to help me pass the cakes. And I would appreciate it if you would wear your navy blue suit.
Well, I won't be here tomorrow afternoon.
I beg your pardon?
Aunt Millicent, I'm meaning to tell you this, but, well, I just couldn't seem to find the opportunity.
What are you talking about?
I'm working.
You're what?
I have a job.
Oh, well, I suppose it's time you did do something, dear. It's always nice to help out with the Daughters and Maids of England Benevolent Society.
No.
Well, the Association for Improving the Condition of the Poor. But tomorrow afternoon,
you don't understand, Auntie. This is a job.
You don't You're working?
Yes.
But, my dear, whatever for?
Because I want to.
Oh, this is simply being quixotic. Now, it's not necessary. Your father left you well provided for.
But I still think a person should do something, don't you?
If you were one of these country girls working out at the cotton factory or something like that, it would be quite understandable, yes.
Oh.
I wouldn't mind at all. In fact, I think it's a very good thing for them to be working where they don't have anything else to do.
What are we supposed to do? Sit around?
Of course not. I keep busy every day of my life. I put in a very full day. Now, this afternoon, I shall have my nap. This evening, I shall be winding up the grandfather's clock. And tomorrow, I'm receiving. That's quite busy enough for anyone.
Well, Aunt Millicent, don't you ever feel that life has sort of passed you by?
Well, no.
But you've never done anything.
Indeed, I have.
Well, Auntie, just what have you done?
I've done exactly what nature intended me to do. I've kept watch over the 12 o'clock gun and the old town clock. I see to it that they are strictly on time.
What for?
What for? Well, to make sure that no one is late getting to their office or to the candy factory and all those other places where people do things. Now, as long as the gun keeps going off at 12 o'clock and the town clock is on time, then they all get to their job.
Oh, yes, but Auntie, that's just it. You're not doing any work yourself.
But it isn't my role in life to do any work, dear. My job is to make sure that everyone else gets to work on time. Now, let's have no more of this nonsense. Now, what is this job you're doing?
Oh, I'm playing the piano down at the 5 and 10 cent store.
Playing the piano?
I'm at the sheet music counter. I play the piano and sing the words so the people can hear them, and then they buy the music. And it's opened up a whole new life for me, a career. Oh, yesterday, mind you. The most exciting thing happened. Oh, I just can't get over it. I just can't believe it really happened to me. But there he was, standing, looking at me, listening to me sing. And I recognized him from his pictures in the paper.
Not Governor General.
No. Legs Diamond, the famous gangster.
Good heavens.
Legs Diamond, and you know what he told me? He said he could get me a job in New York singing in a nightclub.
Child, what have you been doing?
Oh, I'm to meet him this afternoon in the public gardens beside the duck pond.
Oh, no.
Oh, I have to run upstairs and change my bloomers.
Again.
Oh, let's have some music. I'm going to put this piece on for you.
No, not the pianola.
There.
Jennifer, come back here. Stop this machine. I want to talk to you. Oh, how do you stop this wretched thing? Dear. Oh, someone at the door. Jennifer! Oh, what am I going to do? Oh, yes, I'm coming. Just contain yourself. Oh, I'm coming. Oh, dear. Yes.
Miss O'Dale, I wonder if I could speak to you for a moment.
Do you know how to operate a pianola?
Well,
Do you?
Yes, I think so, yes.
Please step inside. Oh, I wish you would turn that dreadful machine off.
Oh, yes.
I don't understand how it works. There are all kinds of buttons and things, but it just keeps on playing.
Well, I think you press this button here.
Oh, thank you very much.
Not at all.
Oh, please sit down.
Thank you. This will only take a moment. Is your niece at home?
Yes, she just went upstairs. Shall I call her?
No. I don't wish to alarm her.
Oh, dear. Well, what is it now?
Your niece, Miss O'Dale, may be in some danger.
Yes, from this gangster person.
Oh, then she's told you about him.
Yes, and I don't know what to think of it all. It's so utterly without precedent, the whole thing.
I'm a government inspector,
Yes?
Miss O'Dale. My name's McMullough, John McMullough.
Oh, how do you do, Mr. McMullough?
We've been keeping tabs on this fellow ever since he arrived in town.
Yes.
Now, Legs Diamond is not to be trifled with, Miss O'Dale. We have nothing on him, and we can't arrest the man without cause, but we did hear that your niece was planning to see him again this afternoon in the public gardens.
No, Mr. McMullough.
She isn't?
No.
Oh, well. In that case, I guess there's nothing to worry about. I'll go along.
No.
Thank you, Miss...
No. Please stay, Mr. McMullough.
Oh?
Because I am going to the public gardens, and I want you to make sure that my niece does not leave this house.
You're going to the public gardens?
That is correct.
Well, might I ask why?
I am going to feed the swans. It's one of my little duties. Now, if you will excuse me, I'll leave you to amuse yourself with the pianola. Is it this button here?
I don't like his legs. Let's get back to the hotel.
You got the shakes, Charlie.
What are we waiting around here for? The public gardens. It's lousy with cops. They're hiding behind every bush. Besides, she's not going to show up anyway.
Oh, give her time. They always show up for Legs Diamond.
Who's that? Who's that?
Oh, don't be so jumpy, huh?
Oh, I can't help it. This crazy deal about the 12 o'clock guns got me all on edge.
Charlie, how's my handkerchief look, eh? Is the monogram showing?
Hey, Legs, let's get back to the hotel.
Hey, does it need to be pulled out some more so it hangs down where you can see the gold embroidery?
Listen.
And then them zircons on the corner, did they show up good and sparkly in the sunlight?
Your mind's not on your work. Who is this cookie anyway?
Hey, don't you get fresh now. She ain't no cookie. She's the real McCoy.
Perhaps she's one of these newfangled police women.
Not this one.
I don't like it. We're getting in too deep. Let's forget this business about the 12 o'clock gun.
No.
Well, I'm just an ordinary, honest, hard-working rum runner. I didn't bargain on getting into this 12 o'clock gun racket. Now, let's call it off.
The plan is already in operation.
Hey, you haven't started. What are you doing?
At this very moment, my men are storming the slopes of Citadel Hill.
You don't mean that. But this isn't Chicago. You can't shoot your way into the Citadel. Those soldiers up there have rifles with bayonets on them.
Yeah. They'll be very useful for removing the corks.
What corks?
My agents are carrying with them their very special weapon. 2 cases of Demerara overproof, 40 ounces. Now, by tonight, there won't be a man inside that fort who can stand, sit, or kneel. We'll back a truck in, and that's it. The gun is ours.
Oh,
Hey, do you think my lapel should have something in him, like a flower?
Legs, what have you got us into?
Oh, a rose, perhaps, eh?
There's a policeman coming. Turn around, facing the duck pond.
What for?
It's a cop. It's a cop. Now, move over upwind so he won't catch that scent you're wearing.
I paid $20 for this perfume.
Yeah, that's what it smells like.
Saks Fifth Avenue.
Now, pipe down. Let him get by.
Sometimes I think my lapels aren't wide enough.
They're wide enough. Now, that diamond stick-pin...
Isn't she a dazzler, huh?
It's like the headlight in a midnight express. Wonder if someone hasn't started tagging us before this. Now, let's get back to the hotel.
Nah, I like it here. Ducks, flowers, climbing roses.
Come on.
Hey, how about them roses over there, eh? How would one of them look? Should be big enough, huh?
They're just for people to look at.
American beauties. Oh, real classic.
Here, you're not allowed to pick them.
Let's see now. Which color?
Legs. It's against the law to pick flowers here in the public garden.
Yellow?
They have signs up.
No, I think red is the loudest.
Watch it. There's a flatfoot over there by the fountain. He's got his eye on you.
Now, where is a big one, huh?
Legs, I'm gonna leave you. I don't want to be around when he nabs you. I'll be waiting over by the bandstand.
I'll pick one for her, too. Yes, sir. That's my baby.
Young man.
Yes, sir. I don't mean maybe.
Young
yes, sir.
man.
Rinky-dink. What?
You are walking on the grass.
Yeah.
I said you are walking on the grass.
So?
Your vocabulary seems very limited. Perhaps you would do better talking to a constable. Shall I call one?
Just a minute now. Who do you think you are? Huh?
I am Miss O'Dale.
You?
I presume that you are this Legs person. My niece has such surprisingly bad taste at times.
Hey, where is she? Now, what's keeping her, huh?
How unspeakably garish. I have never seen such a revolting display of trumpery.
What? What are you saying?
I suppose they are real.
Hey, are you kidding? Hey, this rock here, my little finger, cost 10 grand.
You should have invested a little more money, Mr. Diamond, and bought yourself a package of soap.
What?
Your diamonds are dirty, and there's nothing I despise more than a dirty diamond. Ooh, what a filthy tie pin.
This came from Tiffany's. Now, what's wrong with it,
It's
huh?
dirty. Here, let me have it.
What are you doing? Hey,
It needs
wait.
soap and water, but perhaps water will do.
No, don't throw it. No, don't. You threw it into the duck pond.
Yes.
My tie pin. My diamond tie pin.
Hey, what is it, Legs? What's the matter?
This old... She just took my tie pin, my $20,000 tie pin, and threw it into the duck pond.
Ed? Where'd it go? Whereabouts?
Right down there.
Hey, look out for the ducks. They might gobble it down.
Scram, you. Beat it. Wait, ducks. Beat it.
How deep's the water? Can you see it?
It's right here. I see it. I think if I bend over...
Ooh, this is very tempting. Ooh, I must control myself.
Can you reach it?
I think so.
I shouldn't have brought along my parasol. It would be so easy to reach out.
You balance yourself on that little rock there.
Dear, it's so hard to resist.
Can you lean over some more?
I feel myself weakening.
If I reach out now, just a little bit
The
more.
merest push from my parasol.
I think
I just about got it. I don't think I can resist any longer.
Hey,
Hey,
Ow.
Legs, let go.
hey, you're pushing me.
Look out.
Really shouldn't have done it, but...
Police! The police! Let's get out of here.
Charlie, wait for me. Wait for me.
Miss O'Dale, are you all right?
I am perfectly all right, Mr. McMullen.
Oh, Auntie, you're safe.
Certainly, child.
Oh, I'm so glad.
And I have just done something I've wanted to do ever since I was a little girl in pigtails.
What's that, Auntie?
I have just put someone into the duck pond.
Oh.
So I see.
And it's a highly uncivilized thing to do, but very satisfying.
As for the 12 o'clock gun, yes, it's still up there on the citadel, banging away every day at noontime, keeping us all safe and on time.
That was the case of the 12 o'clock gun, another episode in the series The Rum Runners, written by Norman Creighton. Inspector McMulloch was played by Bill Fulton, the Major General and Captain by Joseph Rutten, Miss O'Dale by Miriam Bell, and Legs by Bruce Armstrong. The musical score was arranged and conducted by David Woods. The Rum Runners comedy series was directed for the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation by Peter Donkin and produced by Alan Yates of the CBC International Service in Montreal. International Service of the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation presents The Rum Runners, a comedy series written by author Norman Creighton about the rum goings-on in Canada's maritime provinces during the bad or good old days of Prohibition, depending on how you look at it. The hero, or arch-villain of the series, again depending on your viewpoint, is Inspector John McMulloch of the Revenue Department, whose vital task is to stamp out drinking, and the smugglers who made a business and profit out of encouraging a wee dram at literally any cost. Now, here is the case of the bashful organist with Inspector McMulloch.
Oh, my, it's peaceful, isn't it? Isn't this the perfect setting for a university town? A cathedral town? Tree-shaded Fredericton, capital of New Brunswick, the poet's corner of Canada, sunning itself on the banks of the beautiful St. John River. Who'd ever have dreamed that the trail of the rum runners would lead me to this very church, where I was to encounter one of their most diabolically cunning schemes to outwit the forces of law and order.
These prohibition agents, they're so easy to fool. It's almost a shame to take advantage of them. No imagination, none whatever. Which, of course, is why I chose to hide this last shipment of rum in a church in Fredericton. Do you know where I hid the liquor inside the church? You'll never guess. Never in the world. Inside the organ. Inside the pipe organ. And not only that, if anything goes wrong, guess who they're gonna suspect? We have the perfect escape hatch in the person of Mr. Pratt, the church organist. Such a dear, faithful soul. He's been playing the organ now for 25 years, and now they're paying him $7.50 a week. No wonder they'll suspect him of having a sideline. He's giving a recital this afternoon. Oh, yes, there he is, in the organ loft, getting ready for his recital, practicing up on his back.
Oh, I didn't know there was anyone in the church.
I've been sitting here listening to you. I came to bring you the hymn list.
Oh, the hymn list. How would I ever manage without my assistant choir director?
I'm sure I don't do anything to deserve the title, Mr. Pratt.
Oh, indeed you do, Miss Featherington. You have sustained me through many very difficult choir practices. That Miss Levi Count, she's forever singing off key. Oh, it's very wearying at times.
You have so much to put up with, and yet you've always been such an inspiration to us.
Well, I've tried.
And you've succeeded, Mr. Pratt.
Oh, no.
But you have.
No,
You've given us so much of yourself and your great talents.
Oh.
We've given you so little in return.
You make me feel guilty.
I've heard you practicing here in the organ loft day after day, dedicating yourself to the higher things in life, overlooking the petty jealousies of those of us in the choir, and then after evensong, making your solitary way home to an empty room, and no one there waiting to greet you with hot cocoa and slippers warmed by the fireside.
I feel very chilly in here. There's no heat on.
They really should have the furnace going
Yes.
today. They must have it on downstairs in the hall for the bazaar.
Oh, a bazaar? What bazaar?
Oh, you dear unworldly man, you are in a world of all your own, aren't you? And to think of you being up here practicing all by yourself while the others are enjoying themselves.
A bazaar
Yes,
going
but
on?
there's no one here in the church. You're quite alone.
Oh, they don't come in during the week. It's too drafty, too cold. But for some time now, I've been feeling the need of something to warm me up.
So have I.
Oh, you have?
Yes, Harold. You've needed something to warm you up for a long while.
Yes, something like hot cocoa.
Do you mind if I sit down on the organ bench beside you?
Watch out for the pedals. Wait, I'll fix them. There.
I so often dreamed of being seated here on the organ bench beside you, sharing your thoughts and your music. Here we are, together.
Yes. I'm very fond of it, too.
The sentiment we both seem to share. Harold, there's something I've been wanting to ask you for a long, long time. I hope you won't think me presumptuous or that my curiosity is misplaced. But why aren't you married?
Oh, well, the answer to that is, I'm afraid, very simple. My stipend for playing the organ is $7.50, which together with my 5 piano pupils at 35 cents a lesson gives me a weekly income of exactly $9.25, on which I could scarcely support a wife.
It's wicked that they aren't paying you more.
Well, the fact is that they don't.
It's not right.
Perhaps the fault is mine.
Oh, no.
My music isn't entertaining
No.
enough. They don't bother coming to my recitals anymore.
You mustn't say that. I've heard such nice things about your recitals. They do appreciate them, even if they don't say so.
Well, then why don't they put some heat on so people would come?
Well, I suppose it's rather early in the season to be putting on the furnace.
But it's so horribly cold in here.
Growing a little cold.
My fingers, I can hardly... The circulation.
Why, your poor hands. They're numb. Here, let me rub them for you.
Oh. Your hand feels so warm.
Oh, you poor dear man. This is shocking. I'm going to speak to the guild.
Oh, no, please.
But they should know about this.
These things won't bother me much longer, Miss Featherington. Letitia. Because I plan to leave this place.
Leave Fredericton?
Oh, yes. It's quite time I plunged into the hurly-burly of life, where I can share my music with the crowd, where I can hear their voices and be upheld by the warmth of their laughter. In short, I propose to get a job playing the piano in a moving picture theater for Tom Mix and Mary Pickford and Fatty Arbuckle.
This is so unlike you.
Oh, but I've dreamed of it for years, and now the time has come. I can no longer continue in this vast and heated church. The climate here in Fredericton is too rigorous. I'm going south to Sussex or St. John, where I can surely find work in some respectable cinema.
No, you can't leave Fredericton, not now.
Well, it seems that somehow life has passed me by here in the organ loft.
I understand how you feel.
I'd like to feel myself surrounded by the pulse of humanity.
That's because you're too much by yourself, Harold, dear.
Oh, it's lonely at times, picking out the hymns.
Come with me.
Oh, where?
Come with me. You need excitement.
Oh,
Gaiety.
Yes,
Come,
yes.
Harold. Let's go downstairs to the church bazaar.
Oh. My, what a lot of people. Oh, no wonder there's no one at my recital.
I'll have to hold on to your arm while I lose sight of you.
Oh, let's go over to the white elephant table.
White elephant.
Yes.
How do you do, Mrs. Wilcox?
What's that big furry thing they have over there?
It's rather like a fur coat.
Yes.
Jessie, the cherry tarts are all gone.
There's a handful left.
Oh, that's good. Oh, my, such a lot of lovely things on the table here. And then the garden mod. Oh, Mr. Green, I see where I'm not going to be able to coax you into buying anything at my white elephant table.
I don't know.
Not with the cherry tarts on sale over there.
I like this.
Oh, that raccoon coat.
Yeah.
No, that wouldn't be suitable for you, Mr. Green. No, it's for young people, like college students.
Oh,
It was donated by a student at UNB. He was leaving.
Could I see it, please?
Mr. Green, it's not the kind of thing you'd wear. No, I'm sure it's not.
It is very warm.
Oh, yes, but it's for college boys, you know. Now,
still
these
like
cherry
it.
tarts will be gone if you don't
I like
hurry.
this coat.
Oh, there it is, Mr. Pratt. Oh, how nice to see you.
Afternoon,
Yeah.
Mrs. Scott.
And, yes, Letitia, well.
Hello, Madge.
What are you two doing together?
Just looking around.
That raccoon coat, do you mind if I try it on?
This is, what, for yourself?
My, it's quite heavy, isn't it?
Oh, you're not thinking of buying it. This is for the younger generation.
You're
Mr.
quite
Pratt.
aware of that, Madge. Quite aware. Try it on, Harold. You let me help you.
Get my hand into this sleeve. Oh, where is it? What's the price on it?
Well, we're asking $5, but I hardly think.
The other sleeve.
That kind of coat is for college students. They wear them to football games and things.
Oh, what a snug lining.
Mr. Pratt, you wouldn't want to wear a great oversized fur coat like that.
Why not, may I ask?
Because,
Haven't felt as warm in years.
Letitia, you know it's not suitable.
It's so suitable.
It's too old.
I beg your pardon?
Mr. Pratt, I didn't mean to imply that you, well, you know what I mean. It's not the kind of thing a choir director generally wears.
Oh, he would, Miss Scott. Believe me, if he were living in Fredericton. Oh, this is so comfortable.
It's comfortable. And Madge Scott, might I say, I hardly think you're the one to be talking about people being too old.
Oh, my.
I'll take it.
Well, I still don't know why a grown man like you would want to wear one of these raccoon coats.
Why?
Yes, why?
Because it makes me feel young again.
Ladies of the Sanctuary Guild, if you please, will the meeting please come to order? Ladies, now we have important business on the agenda, so if you please, Madge, we want to get on with the meeting.
I thought they'd like to hear how much we took in at the bazaar.
Yes, dear.
Yes.
We'll go into that in just a moment, but first I want
$44.20.
Oh, very nice. Yes, dear, that's very gratifying.
Now,
I want
but
to
included is I owe
you for $5 from Mr. Pratt.
Yes, dear.
He
Yes.
bought that raccoon coat.
Yes.
And I'm wondering what we should do about this IOU, seeing that he's our organist and choir director.
Madge, dear, we'll deal with the bazaar later. Now, first, I want you to meet Inspector John McMullough of the Department of National Revenue. Mr. McMullough.
Thank you.
Inspector McMullough, I should say before the inspector starts to speak. Inspector McMullough has interrupted a busy schedule, ladies, if you please, of his work as a prohibition enforcement officer to attend this meeting. Now, he comes, ladies, he comes on a matter of the gravest concern. I know you want to hear all about this. Yesterday, Mr. Hodge, our verger, while sweeping up in the cloakroom back of the organ, found this. An empty liquor bottle. Now, I'm going to ask Inspector McMullough to please take the floor. Inspector McMullough.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you, ladies.
please.
Thank you, ladies. Well, ladies, first, may I suggest that we exercise the utmost discretion in discussing this matter outside.
Oh, yes, of course. Yes, indeed.
It could be embarrassing.
Quite.
As yet we have
As
no really hard evidence.
Yes,
And
I would say, Mr. McMullough, that it was pretty hard evidence in a bottle of liquor.
Yes, quite right, yes. But all we know for sure, ladies, is that it did contain rum and was found inside the church.
Madge.
But that's
I
all
see you're taking
we
notes, Madge. Just a moment, Mr. McMullough. This is not the kind of thing we want written up in the paper.
Jesse, I don't believe you're editing my weekly column. I decide what is or is not fit to print, I think.
Well, my advice, ladies,
Now,
would be
Madge,
that in
Madge,
that
you
regard,
have no idea where it came from. Anyone can come into the church, you know that. The doors are always kept open day and night. And it could have been some tired wayfarer.
All right, it could have been some tired
I
wayfarer.
understand.
How do you spell wayfarer?
Madge, please, you have to scribble all that stuff down to your column.
Scribble? Jesse, I don't
Ladies,
scribble.
ladies.
Yes, Mr. McMullough, please speak up. We're waiting to hear what you have to say.
Yes, thank you, ladies. Well,
I've never heard.
don't we seem to be getting rather away from the point?
Oh, it just dawned on me. It just dawned on me. It just dawned on me. I know who was drinking out of that bottle.
You do?
Mr. Pratt.
Mr. Pratt.
Organist Mad.
How can you say
Oh,
such a thing?
now I know why they were walking around arm in arm at the bazaar. Oh, boy, that's brass. I'll bet she had a swig out of it. Oh, yes.
I'm afraid...
Letitia Featherington, that's
Well,
Hodge.
I'm working out...
Getting around him over a bottle of rum.
You don't right to be talking like this.
And the coat, coat. Now I understand. They have great big commodious pockets, those raccoon coats for carrying rum bottles in and hip flasks. Oh, so that's why he came over to the White Elephant table. Now I know.
Just imagining such things.
Always huddling over there by the organ over the keyboard, where he can't be seen. But I put a stop to that.
Well, ladies, please, now, let's not
Yes,
be
Mr.
too...
McMullough.
Ladies, please, let's not be too precipitous.
I'm going straight into the church.
Madge, please come back here. Oh, Mr. McMullough, please
He
appeal
has
to
in
us.
those pockets.
Ladies, please, I wouldn't,
I wouldn't expelled from the choir.
keyboard. You sound almost gay. Whatever is that you're playing?
Bach.
Bach.
Yes, in one of his sunnier moments, when life had grown warm and cozy after his first marriage.
How romantic.
I feel the same magic coursing through my own fingers.
Yes.
Oh, they leap with joy.
Yes.
They pulse with happiness.
Yes.
And all because of you, Letitia. Yes, my dear lady, I would not now be wearing this wonderfully comfortable overcoat. But for you.
Overcoat?
Oh, my hands would still be half frozen, but now my fingers are as lively as a summer breeze.
Is that all? Are these feelings of yours only in your fingers?
Oh, no. My footwork is much better, too.
But Harold, don't you feel there's something between us, something overwhelming, elemental, almost partaking of the animal? Don't you feel it there between us?
Oh, dear Letitia, why didn't you tell me to take off my raccoon overcoat, that it was bothering you?
What?
Oh, you put things so delicately. I know it's hardly the proper attire for an organist, but, oh, it's so warm and comfy.
No, please, keep it on. I'm glad it's made you happy. You do look very dashing.
Oh, I do?
Yes.
You give me hope.
I?
Yes, I've made up my mind. I will leave Fredericton.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
Why?
To secure a position as pianist in a moving picture theater.
Oh, please don't do it.
Oh, I can see myself striding down the aisle, taking my place at the piano, and then across the silver screen gallops Hoot Gibson. With William S. Hart in hot pursuit and charging cavalry bringing up the rear. Oh, it quickens my blood, the very thought of it.
Oh, you mustn't, please.
And then the Keystone Comedies. With Buster Keaton throwing custard pies at Chester Conklin.
No, Harold, no.
Oh, it's better than Bach any day. Oh, my dear, dear me.
Oh, look at him, and you.
Mrs. Scott.
Oh, I've come to unmask you, Harold Pratt, for the hypocrite that you are. Playing such disgraceful music on our church organ.
Now, Ned.
It's movie music.
Yes, it's movie music. He wants to get a job playing in the movies.
It's the music of somebody who's been drinking.
Oh.
That's what it is.
Drinking?
Yes, you.
Ned, Scott, now you listen here. I don't...
Inspector,
The idea of you coming
Yes,
in
but-
here and interrupting
Quiet.
us.
Quiet. Quiet, all of you. Till I get to the bottom of this. Mr. Pratt, play a chord or two on the organ, please.
Chord?
Yes.
Very well.
Now, something on the bass.
The bass.
The bass. Those notes sound bubbly to me. Very bubbly. There's something inside this pipe organ. How do you open up the back of it?
Oh, right here.
Kegs of Demerara rum. Hidden inside the organ.
Rum, didn't I tell you? I know he was drunk.
Not so fast. Not so fast, Miss Scott, not so fast.
What?
Our real culprit may be lurking behind those surplices. Hanging up on the coat rack. I can see someone's feet sticking out.
Just as I thought. It's
you.
Wait. I can
Come here,
explain.
you rascal, you.
No, don't throttle me, Inspector.
You'd better do some good explaining then.
Let me go.
Who is this man?
This is Charlie. Cash on the barrelhead Charlie. The most notorious rum runner on the whole Atlantic coast.
Oh, you dear me. Nothing on me.
Oh, yes. Yes, now you attempt to evade the law by hiding liquor in a church organ.
Oh, no, Inspector. I just happened to be in church.
Happen to be in church?
Yes.
Hiding behind some surplices?
Well, I was looking for the door.
And what about the rum? Inside the organ.
Oh, so that's why the organ hasn't been working lately. It's the rum. I had trouble with my pedals during the service last Sunday.
Well, Mr. Pratt, you won't have trouble this Sunday. Because our friend here is volunteering to pump the bellows for both the morning and evening services.
Oh, really?
Yes, you.
No.
Yes, no. And you just consider yourself fortunate to be getting off so lightly.
Yes. So many things happening. I'll have so much to write up in my column this week. I don't know where to start.
We'll start off with an apology to Mr. Pratt.
Oh, now, Letitia, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean...
You're sorry?
No, please, Mr. Pratt. At the next meeting of the guild, I'm going to move that your salary as organist be raised to $10.
Oh, dear
And
me.
I have an item of news that might be of interest to you. Lady Bishop plays the piano in our local theater. Is leaving next week for St. John. And if you enjoy playing that movie music...
Oh, then there might be an opening for me here in Fredericton.
Yes.
How much would they pay?
Yes, she gets $15 a week.
Harold, between the church and the movies, you'd be making $25 a week.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, dear me.
Get married.
Married? Why, so we could.
Let's have some music. Play something.
Well, this is how they always end up at the movies.
Once again, we triumph over the forces of evil.
That was the case of the bashful organist, another episode in the series The Rum Runners, written by Norman Creighton. Bill Fulton played Inspector McMulloch. Bruce Armstrong was the organist, Harold Pratt. Faith Ward was Letitia. Joseph Rutten played Captain Charlie. Flora Montgomery was Madge, and Jessie was played by Miriam Bell. The musical score was arranged and conducted by David Woods. The Rum Runners comedy series was directed for the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation by Peter Donkin and produced by Alan Yates of the CBC International Service in Montreal.